So I'm Joss, I live in Rochester in Kent, but more importantly, I'm the Chief Executive of UK Inbound. We're a trade association, we've got about 340 members and we represent the interests of anyone involved in inbound tourism to the UK. That's a business worth about £28.4 billion a year. 41 million visitors come to this country, makes us the 5th most visited country in the world. And that £28.4 billion is all exports, massively important to the UK economy, and drives jobs and growth across the whole of the United Kingdom. Well, for the region to be attracting inbound visitors, it's really important that people are working in partnership. When visitors come, they're not looking just for a single experience. They're not looking at the transportation, they're not looking at the accommodation, the attractions or the experiences. It's about the whole time that they spend here in the UK. So it's really important that attractions are working with accommodation, are working with transport providers to give that really rich experience to visitors as well. So partnership is where it all starts. And actually, Visit East of England should be your first point of contact. They've got great links through to the national tourist boards of Visit England and Visit Britain. They work very closely with us at UK Inbound to bring the trade side to it as well. So working in partnership is the key thing. I mean, in terms of international awareness of the East of England, you've got to imagine that you're in a competitive global situation when you're looking for those international visitors. And it would be incorrect to assume that everyone knows about the individual elements of the East of England or even the region as a whole. And that's a real challenge because without huge bucks to be spending on brand marketing, how do you get the message out there? You know, this region has some fantastic product and experiences, whether it's the sporting offer, with the racing, with the football that you've got as well, whether it's the cities, you've got fantastic coastline. So it's about working in partnership and maybe looking at a thematic approach. So what have you got here that's going to be appealing to particular types of people? Whether they're interested in heritage, then that might be the heritage offering, or it's maybe the more modern cities for some of the Europeans. Americans love to do loads and loads of things. So it's about targeting your approach to the right customers who are going to help. But you can't assume that people are naturally going to know of it. The world's third largest economy is Japan. It's made up of 4 islands. Do you know what those 4 islands are? So expecting a Japanese visitor to understand the different parts that make up the United Kingdom is very challenging. But again, that's where your partners can help, because if you can't access those customers, then Visit East of England probably can. And if they can't, working in partnership with Visit Britain and UK Inbound, we can definitely reach some of those customers. So it goes back to that point around collaboration, partnership, and the full guest experience as well. Well, obviously different customers want different experiences when they come to the UK. There's a move in travel towards what we would term kind of experiential travel, which is rather than people just going to a destination to look at things, they want to participate more. They want to get under the skin of the particular destination that they're visiting. So there's a real rise in tourism involving, say, for example, food tourism, drink tourism in terms of the vineyards. People might want the sporting elements as well. So it's about those experiences that people can have when they're here. And this part of the world has a lot of those fantastic experiences, whether it's punting in Cambridge, for example, whether it's foraging on the North Norfolk coast. There's some wonderful experiences for people to do here. But again, it's about trying to find the right customer for your particular type of product as well. There's no end of things that people can do here, and it's a very popular destination. It's probably not quite punching above its weight yet, but I think, Visit East of England are doing a great job working in partnership with different parts of the country, but also with the National Tourist Board and associations like my own. They can only really help to try and bring more visitors here. And of course, international visitors are massively important. They're typically spending about 3 times as much as a domestic overnight visitor is. America is the top market, and again, you've got a lot of things in this region that really appeal to those Americans, whether it's the royal connections or whether it's the heritage and the culture that people are wanting to experience as well. So huge amounts of things for people to do, working in partnership, making sure that you're travel trade ready as well is really important. 55% of all the visitors that come to the United Kingdom will use a tour operator. So if you're not working with the travel trade, you're missing out on that 55% as well. So lots of incremental moves in the right direction, working in partnership, keeping that keen focus on the customer will all bring the dividends for this wonderful region.